Wahima, but just call me Wah. Melanated! Welcome to my recap of 90 Day Fiancé Season 8, Episode 2, Shame on You. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell, because the reason why you aren't seeing my videos is because you're not subscribed to my channel. Don't come here and check on me, just subscribe, okay? Because then if I disappear, I'm not going to, but if I were to disappear and I were to come back, you would know because you're subscribed. Simple YouTube algorithm mathematics. All right, you guys, this was a great episode, so let's jump right in. The first couple that we are going to talk about is Tariq and Hazel. The reason why I said Tariq's name like that was because he was like, hello, my name is Tariq and I'm 46 years old. But also I guess his name could be Terry as well. I just don't know about that choice. We start off with seeing Tariq with his daughter, and it's so cute. I mean, he has her 5 days a week and the mom has her 2 days a week. She is 7 years old with high functioning autism, and he says that the biggest hurdle that him and Hazel have in the future is going to be Hazel's relationship with Ari. Also, in the beginning of their segment, we discover a little bit of information about Terry. Terry is somebody who loves Thailand, okay? He's been there many a times. He's gone there and just picked up the vibe, the culture of the people, the food, the language, the samurai swords, which is not samurais obviously, but the Taiwanese swords. I wonder what Annie thinks of this. I wonder what Annie and David had to say on Pillow Talk about this segment. Maybe I should go watch it. He is just talking about how he loves Thai culture, right? He's had 2 Thai girlfriends, didn't work out, went to the Philippines, fell in love with Hazel. We saw that whole situation with him and Hazel. They've been affianced now for 2.5 years, waiting for her to come to the US. In the midst of their 2.5-year fiancé-ship, they broke up because Tariq thought that Hazel had an abortion without his knowledge, and it freaked him out. He got upset, he broke up with her, and 2 weeks later he just went back onto the Thai websites and he found this girl named Minty, or Mindy. We are not sure. And I must say that Minty is fine, girl. While Hazel is beautiful, Minty fine. He started talking to Minty, and then he started talking to Hazel again because he wanted to make sure that that whole situation was just closure. He said he wasn't falling in love with Mindy, but he was very much in love with her, okay? He tells Hazel about Minnie, and Hazel's like, I need all of the pictures, the receipts, the conversations. I need to know about all of it. So he's like, okay, well, I guess I was wrong in this situation for breaking up with you. Here's all this information. She then also thinks that Minnie is a little cutie tootie as well. And so she tells Tariq that she's bisexual and that she's been bisexual, but she's hidden it in her own country because it's not acceptable. So they all meet up, and it looks like they're having a good time for the first 2 days. And I think Hazel gets a little bit of like energy from Minnie that Tariq and her have a little bit of a closer bond, and she's not feeling it. She's like, listen, nah, this is over. She can't be our girlfriend. Get her out of here. He stops talking to Mindy. He started talking to Mindy again. He just wanted to ask her how everything was going because of the coronavirus. You know what I'm saying? So he just like dipped in and was like, hey girl, how you doing? You doing okay? Minty replied, and now he feels guilty, okay? He's talking to a former tenant that happened to be a good friend of his. So he has a conversation with that lady. Thank you. About the supposed abortion. But what he hasn't told her is that he has reached out to Mindy to see how she's doing. And that's something he's gonna have to tell her. You know they always need a secret, right? Tariq is a little worried about the fact that Hazel is just waiting to get a girlfriend. But it's weird because I always assumed that polyamory is when one person requires 2 partners, so, or 3 or more, in order to like feel fulfilled, and like that is what they want to do. So they have just several partners, right? You can be married to one of your partners, but the fact is that he keeps on saying that she wants us to get a girlfriend. And I'm like, I don't know if that's gonna be y'all getting a girlfriend. I think that it's gonna be her getting a girlfriend and you being her husband. You just have to be okay with it, but you don't have to like sleep with that person. You know, Tariq and Mindy wanted to get it on, and Hazel's like, whoa, 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 the only person you're sleeping with, Tariq, is me, and I'm gonna sleep with her. So if y'all trying to, no, that's not what's gonna happen. All right, so that's what we learned about Tariq and Hazel. Very interested in the storyline. Hold on. Did I forget to mention the opening scene with Tariq and that whack-ass producer while he's in the studio rapping about hot sauces? No, girl. I feel like he was talking to me directly when he said that he's an excellent rapper. I feel like he was coming at me, coming back at all the times I've made fun of him. I feel like Hazel's gonna have more of a personality this season, and I'm excited to hear her side of it. Okay, so let's move on to Jovi and Yara. So now this is really interesting because, like, does Yara really love Jovi, or does she love what he could possibly and potentially give to her? Like, this is a very classic situation of vacation bae turning into everyday bae, and where the two shall meet, we do not know, okay? So they're at the apartment. Immediately she complains about it being small. She did say that she wanted a giant bay window, which he got her. She has to recognize that this man, as much as he's traveling, he hasn't probably invested a lot in his like home life. He's only invested in like going out and seeing the world, but that doesn't mean that you like have the money to like really thrive and survive in the US, right? There's a lot of stuff that comes along with it. She's immediately complaining and he's immediately annoyed. Like, he's really annoyed that she, after a 30-hour flight, doesn't want to go meet his friends for an hour on Bourbon Street. Like, is it really going to be an hour? You don't want to meet my friends? And she's like, I'm tired right now. I don't feel like meeting people. What if she got there and she acted the way that stone-faced girl did? What's that stone-faced girl who married that black man with the hair? I don't know, girl, Jasmine and somebody. But it's like the stone-faced girl going out and meeting his friends and how she was and how she wasn't very talkative. And it seems like Yara has a bubblier personality, but why would you want to send grumpy Yara out to meet your friends? Think about what you're asking, Jovi. Think about what you're asking. Next scene is the next day and she's trying to hang up her clothes and there's not enough hangers. Child, she doesn't know the word for hangers, which is hilarious. I don't like the way that he speaks to her. I mean, I don't like the way she speaks to him, but I also don't like the way he speaks to her. She's like, Jovi, come here. And he's like, what do you want? And I'm like, what do you want, bro? I just moved here. What do you mean, what do I want? What? I want you to come in here. So he finally gets up and goes in there, but he's definitely drinking a White Claw. So it's like, how early is it? He goes in there and she's like, I need more hangers. We need to get this room together. I need to settle in. And he's like, no, let's just forget about that. And let's go to Bourbon Street. I want to show you Bourbon Street. He wants to show her Bourbon Street so bad. So bad. So bad. And it's just very unclear why. And let her settle into her new home. Why don't you say, yes, we're going to Bourbon Street, and then after that, we're going to IKEA. After that, we're going to Crate and Barrel. Then after that, we're going to William and Sonoma, and we'll get you whatever you need for this house. Like, that is what I need to hear. So they get there. Yara is not impressed because it smells like pee and vomit, which I don't want to be there. Absolutely not. Pee? No. No. That's the neighbor from, what's that show with Vicky the Robot? Ooh, aging myself, girl, aging myself. In the pee-smelling streets, he tells her that they have to go see his mother and spend the night so that she can get to know all of his family. And she's like, we can definitely go see your family, but I'm not spending the night. Which I don't understand why she doesn't want to spend the night. Does the mother have a spare bedroom for them? Are they gonna be on like a pull-out sofa? Like, what are the logistics? Why does she not want to stay the night, especially if she knows she's meeting the whole family? Like, why not just get it done? Is she just one of those people who like needs to be in their own space? And I get it, I get that. I am one of those people for the majority of the time, but if I'm moving to a foreign country and my beloved tells me that I need to go stay in like their fucking mother's house and it's in the bush, like, cause in my mind, like, I'm going to Central America to stay, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not definitely going to a European place. So like, I would go. Are there mosquitoes? Like, that's the thing. Like, are there mosquitoes in this bayou swamp where she's like, I can't spend the night because I cannot be bitten up in my sleep? So I would have to draw a hard line, but I'm also older and like, you know, my back be hurt, like, oh, I can't be sleeping on anything. Like, she's young, Yara's young, she could just do whatever. I also want to know what's happening with her hair. Like, I don't quite understand why this is like a different color than this and also a different texture. Is it like a clip-in? I just don't like it and I want it to not be that. But I would like to know more information. I don't like the way she ends that conversation with like, this is it, just no, that's it, I already talked, I don't want to talk about this anymore. I'm like, that's not the way you do this. This is a train wreck. I hope they don't get married. I mean, please don't get married because Jovi is the worst and so is Yara. All right, so the next couple that we're gonna talk about is Mike and Natalie. Still annoying. And Natalie is a monster because she makes Beau have to move out. Beau apparently is 50 years old. He's had a hard life. And also, was he drunk during this move. It was just so, it was heartbreaking, but also like weird, you know what I'm saying? Uncle Bo moves out in order to make Natalie feel more comfortable. Then Mike goes to the airport, has a conversation with his mother over the phone while he's driving to the airport to pick Natalie up. He gets there, he has a bouquet of roses, which I thought was really sweet. Natalie gets off the plane, and I was wondering what was in that big black bag of hers, and it's her snowboard. So I'm just like, okay girl, you can bring that snowboard. They have a really lovely meeting. I mean, she's just so lovely to him and so loving, and he just like, you can tell that he was like with the flowers when, you know, she first gets there, and then he's like, you know, his spirits got lifted. She doesn't like the flowers and she complains about it. There she is. There's Natalie. You know, it's like, stop complaining about these damn flowers and the color just because you don't like purple. Like, who cares? Were they purple? Not to me. They look like they were pink. Also, does Natalie have lip injections? Like, what is, her lips are like super big this season. The send-off between her and her mother was really sweet. I mean, she's her mother's only child. They're used to living together, you know, when she wasn't married to her first husband, and it's just like so sweet. And she says that the real reason why she's giving this a second chance is because her mother really likes Mike, and her mother is a great judge of character. And if her mother loves him, it's absolutely worth her giving him another chance and seeing how this is gonna work. And the mother is optimistic about it, but she just really doesn't understand like how, not needy, it's just like I said, I feel like Natasha / Natalie has this level of what she wants, and Mike is like here with it, and she just makes comments. It's like, if you want him to be here, you're gonna have to raise him up. So you're gonna have to understand it's gonna be a little hillbilly and a little rocky in the beginning. You're gonna have to get a job and help him get to that vegan, like yoga, you know, super Catholic level, because right now he's not there. You know what I'm saying? He's hot dogs and top ramen and aliens. It just is what it is. Mike has saved up some money. Mike has paid down some debt because he hasn't been doing things for Natalie. He was able to get them a really nice hotel room, which Natalie was kind of worried about because she knows he has financial difficulties, which I thought was really nice of her to consider that. They get there, it's beautiful. She's really grateful for the room. Orders some food. I wondered what it was because you know she's vegan, so it's like, was it vegan food and what kind? I saw she was like cutting a beet in half, and there was like some bread and like some other stuff on the plate, and they were just having some really like good optimistic conversation, and I was like, this is the climax, and after this it is all downhill. Next couple that we are going to talk about, our favorite, is Brandon and Julia. No, I am not going to drink medicine. I mean, Julia is exactly what we needed, okay? The family gets to the airport, and the mother, girl, she's got herself a floral peplum and she's got her heels on, and she is ready to see Julia. She's very excited to see her daughter-in-law. I mean, the dad is just kind of there. He's supporting his wife, even though he knows that she is crazy. They get to the airport. He gets her some flowers. The parents are just very excited. Brandon is excited, but it's all on the inside. You know how I told you, like, he doesn't emote, you know? So Julia gets there and they kiss for such a long time. And I don't know if it's every single camera angle that they're just putting in so it makes it seem like it's for a long time, but it is very uncomfortable. I mean, the parents are just like standing there too, and it's just like, ew, ew. Stop it, you two. And Julia goes to give a big hug to the mom and dad, and then she immediately turns back to Brandon and starts kissing him again. They're all very excited. The dad even starts to cry, which is so weird. They get back to the hotel and mom has got everything planned. She's like, you guys got 5 minutes to put your bags down, and now we're gonna go have dinner. And I'm like, damn, mom, can you just let Julia settle into this? But what Julia doesn't know is that mom paid for all this. She paid for the hotel, she paid for her flight over. So this is her trip. Like, this is Betty's trip. She paid for it. This is everything that she wants. So 30 minutes later, the kids get downstairs and Betty's like, where were you? And like, I'm just like, Betty, where do you think they were? Washing her vagina, scrubbing her pits, washing her face, putting on some more makeup, blowing her nose, going poop. What do you think this girl was doing? Cleaning up. They're eating dinner, which I don't know what she's eating, but I would like to know what Julia thinks of American food. Betty brings up, A, you're sleeping in separate bedrooms, and B, what kind of birth control are you on? Do you want to come with me to the doctor to get you on some birth control? And Julia does her very best to talk to them, and not them, to Betty and say, you know, I don't want to drink medicine. And Betty's like, drink medicine? Like, she can't understand what the girl is saying. Brandon has to be like, when she says drink medicine, she means take medicine. Oh, I was like, that's so old-fashioned and so crazy and archaic, drink medicine. Shut up, Betty. Julia is just like, I don't want this, and, you know, I've 26 years, I've not pregnant, and, you know, don't worry. And she's like, no, not 26 years. You haven't been having sex since you were born. Have you? Dad is just like, well, shame on him. He didn't tell you all of this. Shame on him. And Brandon is just sitting there. And in his confessionals, he says that the reason why he didn't say anything is because whenever he does say anything, nothing comes out of it. So he just thought it would be better to not say anything. I'm feeling emotions. Let's go play with the llamas. Let's go play with the horses. It's like in his mind, he just zoned out and started playing whatever game he normally plays. And he says that he was mad. He didn't seem mad at all. He seemed really embarrassed. He seemed stuck, didn't know what he was going to say or do. But my thing is, Brandon, just say something like, at least, Mom, this is not the time to have this conversation. Julia just got off the plane. Let me have this conversation with her. This is over. And then if Betty started up again, Mom, we're gonna go upstairs if you're gonna continue with this line of conversation. I don't think it's fair that you do this to Julia. Like, but then he ends up saying that he wants Julia to better understand the situation because his mom paid for everything. And so this is her trip. And I was like, no, Brandon, no. Ugh. Julia then confronts him in the hotel room and she is like, how dare you not say anything? If this were my parents, I would have stood up. My parents, I don't talk to them about sex or about whatever's happening, and I cannot even believe your mother did this, and this is crazy. And in the confessional, she's like, Betty just needs to F off. Like, it is crazy that Brandon just sat there. He definitely needs to be a man. And so we're gonna see fireworks from this couple as well. And I'm so here for it. So the next couple that we're going to talk about is Rebecca and Zied. This was really embarrassing for Rebecca. So the first scene we have is Rebecca with her friend Melanie, and they are at a kickboxing place, which I'm just like, oh, I want to kickbox. Kickboxing with the arms right here, like you just be doing this and you didn't know, and then all of a sudden next day you can't move your arms. It is a really good workout. And her friend is trying to tell her, hey, pay attention to those red flags. And Rebecca's like, I just know everyone doesn't support this because of my mistake in the past, but I need for people to be on board with this because this is where I'm going right now. You know, I've already synced a lot of money into this. And she talks about how she's lost money from her ex during the divorce and like all kinds of stuff. And I was like, why didn't Rebecca go the route of Danielle? You know what I'm saying? Why didn't she like have a book of evidence and try to get his visa revoked? I would have went on the rampage. She got a whole friend that does private investigating. Let's dig up all the dirt. Next scene we have, she has Zied on her shirt. Oh God, Rebecca. Next scene, Rebecca's like, I gotta find something for Zied to do. So I'm gonna go to GameStop and buy him a gaming console. And then she goes in there and I don't know who convinced her from the production team to do this, but she's like, hey, can you help me? I'm, you know, wanting to buy a gaming console, but the last time I purchased one was when my son was a kid, ha ha ha. And that was PlayStation Original. And this person's like, oh, okay, well, what kind of gaming console are you getting for your son? Well, actually, it's not for my son, it's for my fiance, because they're about the same age. The cute little girl with the gray swoop and the yellow beanie was like, how old is your fiance? And she's like, 28. I just need to find him something to do when I'm at work. And I thought she was gonna say, he's a really good gamer and he could possibly make money, so I should buy him this so that he can contribute to the household. But girl, no, she just wants some general entertainment for him. And I was like, you couldn't think of anything else for this man to do besides play video games while you're out in the streets toiling for 10 hours surrounded by chicken grease? He can't go to school? He can't take some kind of lesson in something like English? He can't... There's nothing this man can do besides play video games? And then she's like, oh, is this the one where he can use a debit card to buy games? And I was just like, Rebecca Marie Jones. I don't even know if that is your name, but you should be ashamed of yourself. Like, how is it that she's saying these words out loud and she isn't going, oh. Embarrassing. So she buys the gaming console and she hands over a debit card with a picture of Zied on it. Asks them, isn't he cute? Which was very triggering for me because one time at work, when I worked for Crate and Barrel, my coworker was showing me a picture of his boyfriend and he kept asking me, isn't he cute? Isn't he cute? And I didn't respond because he wasn't cute. His ears were so big, they looked like he was about to take off in flight like a bat. And I didn't want to say that. And he just said, isn't he cute? And finally I was like, no, Javier, I don't think he's cute. And somebody else was like, wow, that was so rude. And I was like, he kept asking me and I kept not answering. So whenever anyone asks me, oh, look at him, isn't he cute? I'm always like, yeah, he's so precious. Or I was like, I like his shirt, you know, like what do you say? Hate that question. Don't ask me if people are cute. Next thing we have with Rebecca is that she is very nervous on pins and needles, worrying about Zied's interview and wanting him to contact her as soon as it happens. So she puts on a full face of makeup in order to text message him and tell him to be calm and good luck. And then she goes to sleep in that full face of makeup. He calls her a couple of hours later and she turns on the light and she's like, hi. What happened? He's like, they took my passport, which to me is a good sign because if they took his passport, then that means that they're planning on like putting a visa in it, giving him that stamp or a piece of paper, whatever it is. So he's like, we'll find out in a week. And she's just like so nervous. She's like, this is gonna be the longest week of my life and la 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 la. And then she, with the full face of makeup, goes back to sleep. I'm just like, girl. I mean, I get it, you're on camera, so you don't want us to see you. Like, they were like, we're gonna film you, like, as soon as it happens, okay? And she was like, okay, great. I gotta sleep in my makeup. Okay, I understand what's happening. I need to be camera ready anytime he calls. I hope this all works out for her. I really do. What's this face I'm making? Who else? All right, guys, there's still couples that we haven't met. We haven't met the French lady and we haven't met the dude from Belize, Ryan. God, I need to see about my gentes. You know what I'm saying? Let me see if he's part of my culture or no. I need to know what's gonna go on. All right, you guys, so that's the end of this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and tell me down below what you think of Jovi and Yara. Are you on team Yara should just suck it up and spend the night, or Yara should be able to dictate where she wants to lay her head at night? Have a fantastic week, you guys, and remember to be you, be true, and find your place. Bye.